guys, and welcome back to a new video. We're diving straight into more Jack-8 tips and tricks, just like you asked. I actually ran a poll and over 80 people voted, which honestly surprised me and it means so much to me. So shout out to everyone who took part of that. I also finally opened up the community section on the channel, so if you've got your own Jack clips or ideas, you can drop them there. I'll be checking them out personally. Now today's video is going to revolve mainly around floor break and floor blast stages, because I really think Jack becomes a serious threat there. Some of these setups hit way harder than people realize. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, picture this. You're on a floor break or a floor blast stage. What's the first thought that pops into your head? Ooh, I wanna go for a grab and get that juicy floor break combo. Or I wanna go for a grab and get that juicy floor blast combo. Well, the issue with that is most people anticipate grabs, and if you're facing a good opponent, they will probably just break it. But with this next tech, you don't need to go for a grab to break the floor. Let me explain. Our first tech today is built around while standing 1+2. On block, this move is -15. So yeah, not exactly safe. But here's the catch. This move actually has an extension, which is while standing 1+2 into another 1+2. It's also -16. The other catch is this move also has a third extension, which is a low. It's launch punishable. What makes this special is that these extensions have a huge delay window. If you delay the second hit and your opponent presses, boom, you get a mini combo right there. Now here's where it gets more interesting and dangerous. If you're on a floor break or a floor blast stage, that same interaction leads to an even bigger combo. And here's the kicker. The second delayable hit can only be interrupted if you go for the maximum delay. So this is actually a very practical mix to use, especially on those stages. One more thing to mention, against big bodies like Jack or the Bears, the combo connects directly. You don't even need a floor break. So yeah, that's the first tech of the day. Stack it up with the intro, we're just getting started. Use this next tech at your own risk. Man, hearing that takes me way back. The Debugger. One of Jack's most iconic moves since forever. We've seen it in every Tekken and every Jack main has a love-hate relationship with it. It's nostalgic, it's powerful, it's also super unsafe. Harada, please just buff Debugger. Alright, let's get into the actual tech. This one requires heat active, which gives Jack access to his red version of up forward 3, the one that stuns grounded opponents. After landing a debug, you can go straight into up forward 3, then down, then forward 1. All of that is guaranteed. If your opponent is a bit far, you've got a small window to hold forward or micro dash using Jack's stance before you hit that forward 1. They're stunned just long enough for this to connect clean. And if they are near a wall, you can go for forward 2 instead of forward 1. More damage and way more satisfying. I call this the 3-bar tech because let's be honest, on a good connection, Debugger is super reactable, so yeah, use this tech at your own risk. Alright, the third tech of the day is kind of similar to the last one, but this one is way more useful. So, back to Jack's big mid swing. On block, it's only +2. On hit, it's a heat engager, and on normal hit, it just knocks the opponent down. Now here's where it gets interesting. If back 2 trades, you can connect an up forward 3 stun into a forward 1 follower for almost 30% of your opponent's health. Yeah, I know, sounds situational, right? Because back 2 is pretty slow. But here's the thing, you can actually set this up consistently. I'll give you a scenario. After a guard break, Jack gets an 11 frame guaranteed follow-up. So, what I personally do is I just jab after the guard break to lock in that +8 instead of going for the full follow-up. And then I go straight into back 2. If your opponent presses between the jab and the back 2, it trades perfectly, and that leads into this beautiful up forward 3, forward 1 combo setup. If they respect you instead, you're still sitting pretty at +2, so either keep your pressure or force another mix-up. So yeah, pretty practical, really powerful, and definitely something worth adding to your arsenal. That being said, let's move right into the fourth tech, or maybe not exactly a tech, but something I just don't see a lot of players use is the Jack-8 wall evasion. You do this by standing with your back against the wall, then tapping back twice, then up back. It's a mid-evasive move that actually launches on hit, and on block, it's +4, so you keep your turn even if they defend. It also has some crushing properties, which makes it perfect when your opponent is trying to pin you down at the wall. I personally use this a lot. It's pretty simple but really solid when used occasionally. You've got to keep in mind, Jack doesn't have a lot of panic moves to escape pressure, so if you're stuck at the wall, either this one or a 1+3 grab at the wall. These are probably your best go-to options. Keep that in mind because you might need it. And that takes us to the last tech of the day. We're back to something that involves floor break and floor blast stages again. This one is around down 1+2, a 24 frame low that knocks opponents down. Now this move has few different follow-ups, down 1+2 into 1+2, or down 1+2 into crouch cancel, down back 1+2, or even a simple low poke is guaranteed there. But the tech I want to show you here is pretty specific and also pretty crazy, because this move actually launches on bears. Yeah, I'm serious. You'll need a slight micro sidestep to the left for your combo to connect properly, but once you get the angle right, it's a full launcher. And it gets even better. On floor break or floor blast stages, this becomes a launcher on most characters, as long as you're off axis to the left. You can connect a force crouch forward 4-2 on pretty much every character except for Xiaoyu. It doesn't work on her at all. Now for characters like Kuma, Panda or Fakumram, you don't even need to sidestep. It just launches straight up. No setups required on floor break and floor blast stages. To make this practical, I'd recommend using down 1+2 out of moves like forward 3 or heat engager. It becomes almost unseeable, and if it hits off axis, you're getting a free combo and a floor break. So yeah, that's our final tech of the day. Rare, risky, and super rewarding when you pull it off. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Huge thanks to everyone for the massive feedback and support lately. It really helps me keep pushing these tech breakdowns for Jack. If you're a Jack main or just someone who enjoys seeing what this big guy is capable of, make sure to drop by the Discord. We're building a strong community there, sharing ideas, techs, and helping each other level up. And as always, if you found this useful, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to join the Jack army. Till next time, keep grinding and keep it heavy.